to Inside Boxing's Throwdown. Here we are on our third segment. My name is Steve Johnson, my co-host Aurelio Martinez. Aurelio, we had already let our listeners know that, our viewers know, actually, that we had already decided that our third segment is going to be a round robin of things. And we want to start off with what you term the now fiasco, shenanigans, nonsense, whatever you want to call it, surrounding Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. And they'll fight on August the 26th over at the T-Mobile Arena. You know what?
It's becoming fun. Okay,
I don't think so.
I'm a boxing fan, and I'm actually enjoying the talk, the gossip, everything else, and you know, I'm actually having I'm having a lot of fun with the pre-fight gossip and stuff like that. I don't think the fight's going to live up anywhere close to the build-up. Okay, but I think now that they've this fight, they've actually turned it into the fiasco, because that's what it's going to take to sell this fight. Ordinarily, when you have two top quality contenders fighting each other, then you can talk on each fighter's merits and how it's going to be a good fight, and what it takes for this guy to win and what it takes for this guy to win, and people start saying, well, this guy's going to do this, so it makes a good fighting conversation. Well, they can't do that with this fight. Okay, you can't do that with the fight because everybody knows Conor has zero experience in the boxing, so they have to rely on going back to his UFC championships and how he's a great UFC champion. Okay, that's just like a tennis champion, any of them going in and
Serena Williams
fighting the lady that drives a race car. You know, two different sports. But then if you make it fun and the hype, people are going to get interested. They're going to buy the fight. So they're doing what they have to do to sell the fight, and I think the pay-per-view numbers are going to be great. I just think that it's people are going to watch it for this. Not so much in the arena sales, because them sales are
they suck.
They're not selling. Okay, no. But let's before we get, I want to talk about my take on why they're not selling.
Well,
okay?
let me give mine first, because mine will be shorter than yours.
Well,
I think that the fight itself, I think there was a lot of interest in the fight. They're still interested in it, but MMA fans are more excited about it than boxing fans, because we're pretty much determined. We know which way it's going to go. But I think, and it might just be my own opinion, but these three press conferences they did, combined with the Showtime 24/7 all access that they have with Floyd Mayweather, the latest one, where they had him announce that he's in the strip club business and he calls it gentleman's club, and they actually on Showtime showed topless women, and he was saying that's what men are interested in. That's what I'm going to do. It's going to be worldwide.
That's him.
But already with all of the nonsense that has gone on in those press conferences, at first it was kind of funny. And it got kind of old. And now you come with Floyd Mayweather and his thing. He's always showing you all his money. And I think that most people now are really turned off by it. And I think a lot of boxing fans, like myself, I would love to see Conor McGregor put Floyd on his ass. I don't think that he would win. But I'd like to see him, put Floyd on his ass. And that would, be something that I would say, okay, now I can turn it off. I mean,
and that's what they're trying. And that's what they're trying to push. They're saying, "Hey, people come and watch this because it may happen." And the fiasco, it's good. The latest one is the controversy between him and Paulie Malignaggi. Okay, now it just came out a couple of days ago where Paulie quit as a sparring partner for Conor, and he said he was done because they leaked out pictures showing Paulie on the ground, on the canvas, and they kind of insinuated that McGregor is this tough guy and he hits hard.
Well, let's back up. Let's back to the first picture I saw, where McGregor had both hands behind his back, daring Paulie to come in here.
Clowning.
Okay, so Paulie didn't like that, but go ahead.
Well, and I can understand Paulie not liking that, because it was said before, what happens in sparring stays in sparring.
But who said that?
No,
who said that?
Well, yeah,
Paulie said it.
But Paulie's a boxing professional. Okay, Paulie said it, and he said it a couple of times. I don't want to be the focus of this fight.
But he did.
Okay, but Conor and them made him the focus. One, because he got a name, and whether they manipulated pictures and stuff like that, we don't know. But the pictures that were shown, clearly showed Paulie with, he came out with a black eye one time. They showed him on the ground. They showed McGregor clowning him. So they're painting a picture to the public that, hey, this guy really does know a little bit about boxing. Okay, if he can do that with Paulie, an ex-champion, then he has a chance to do it with Floyd. So my point is, it's working. It's working. Paulie didn't like it because it's at his expense and it's making him really look bad. So he just basically came out and he says, listen, show the video. Show the whole video to show that was a trip. I was tripped when I fell to the ground. And show the whole video so people can actually see how sparring is actually going and not selective pictures.
Well, then why did he quit?
Well, because if
he was giving all these lessons you're insinuating that he was giving, why did he quit?
Well, because no one likes to be punked. Okay?
He deserved it, man. He ran his mouth, and it's obvious to me. I don't know why you're being nice. It's obvious to me that Paulie got his ass whooped. I mean, and when I'm talking about ass whooped, I'm talking about Conor McGregor out physicaled him, and Paulie, he's not used to that. He's used to being able to stay away from people, and he couldn't do that. And so now he's flipped the script. Before he was saying, hey, remember after that first session, he said, hey, this guy's got some skills. Now he's talking about he ain't got a chance and all this, typical Paulie. Man, I you know what? I ain't never been a fan of Paulie. You have.
Well, yeah, I like Paulie because I'm a defensive trainer, and I've always told my fighters if you fight where you don't get hit or you roll with the punches and you don't get solid, you're going to win your fights. But let's take it. But we got 3 minutes. Let's talk about the other issue that can become problemsome for the promoters and everyone involved with this. And I'm talking financially. Okay, sales. Okay. Now, take the difference. Canelo, Alvarez, on September 16th,
Triple G.
and Triple G, that's been sold out. You can't get a ticket unless you go to the scalpers and stuff like that. That's been a done deal. Big mega fight, sold out, gone. They are struggling to sell seats for this Mayweather fight, okay? And that's why at the beginning of the show I said I think they'll do real good on pay-per-view, but arena stuff, they are going not to have the crowd. So they probably going to have to start letting people in just for the TV sake. Doesn't show an empty crowd. They've done it before and they'll do it again.
I was thinking about us here in Deer. We used to have the dollar door. Remember, you got your boy
exactly.
Give him a dollar,
and they'll end up doing that because what they're doing is not working now. What they did is they says, okay, we're going to be able to pay.
Floyd is $300 million.
Floyd's going to make $300 million, and McGregor's going to make his $100 million. Somebody's got to pay for that. So they went after the big wigs, the gamblers, the people that go to Vegas, that can afford to pay,
the high rollers,
$50,000 for a seat, $70,000 for a seat, because that's what they cost. Okay. Up in the bleeding nose section, you're still going to pay what, $10,000 for a seat?
$300 up there.
But I mean that completely took out the general public from being present and seeing this fight live. Okay, but the way Vegas works is they expect all the other casinos, because this is the way the fight game works in Vegas, and that's why there's so many big fights in Vegas, is because the other casinos gobble up the tickets, okay? And what they do is they give them to their high rollers. They give it to them. They say, so here I want you to come during the weekend fight. Here's 2 4
because
tickets.
As you and I know, the fight means little to them. They come in, they're there for the fight, but they're going to drop $500,000 at the gambling
exactly.
tables, okay?
So
they make their money.
So they make their money. So the promoters of this event, the Showtimes and the HBOs, if it's a combination, they says, okay, we're going to do this because we know that the general public's not going to go out there and not only the general public, I'm talking about athletes and stars and football players and basketball. They can't afford to pay $70,000 a seat. I mean, they take their wives or their ladies. That's $150,000 for 2 seats to watch this fight.
But you know what, Ray? Like you said, it would be different if this was Floyd and, say, Keith Thurman. Where people would say, well, here's a chance where we get to see if Floyd still got it or not, and if he gets his first loss.
That's what I mean.
Okay. But so nobody really cares about it. You're right.
But their strategy was, okay, we're going to put these high prices. We know it, we're going to blow it up with the 24/7s, this and that, and we're going to blow it up, showing that it's going to be this mega fight. and we'll get all the casinos to
On
buy
board.
out the arena. Okay,
Yeah.
you got Caesar's Palace, you got the New York, you got the Paris, you got all the casinos out there that are
The
gonna
Mirage.
they're gonna go and buy these tickets for their high rollers. But guess
Hasn't
what?
happened.
Hasn't happened.
Hasn't happened.
Hasn't happened. As a matter of fact, and it's not going to happen. So right now they got to worry about that arena money, which falls on Aram's got to worry because the promoter, the actual promoter,
He's on the hook.
that's a lot of that income. Okay, because pay-per-view income is pretty much gobbled up by
Well,
the
Aaron
networks.
doesn't have to worry about this. This is Mayweather Promotions.
Oh, that's not my fault. But,
Yeah.
but the promoter himself has to worry. So Floyd got to worry about it. Floyd got to worry about it
Is he going to be able to pay himself?
Because as far as pay-per-view numbers, the fighters do get a percentage, but
Yeah.
most of that goes to the distributor. The cable companies get their piece of the pie.
And the rest
Right off the pay-per-view folks that put it up satellite and distribute it, right off the bat they take their half. Okay, so Showtime, and if it's a combination with Showtime and HBO and stuff, well then they dealing with half. Okay, so they got to get their half, and they've got to give the commissions to the cable companies out there that have it. So you buy the fight for $100, the cable company gets their little cut, whatever it is. So it starts to dwindle. So the fighter starts getting their percentage of the pay-per-view event, but it's not a percentage of all pay-per-view sales.
This is a pay-per-view of half.
It's the
It's half of
profits.
it. That's right.
It's the profits.
Half of
Okay,
half is what they
so you can see them numbers come down low. So will Floyd make his $300 million? No, he's not. He's not going to make $300.
Somebody's going to pay him something. We'll see how it comes out.
But anyhow,
Let me say this. We're going to end this segment here, but when we come back next week, we're going to talk more because we've got plenty of time to talk about Floyd and Connor. But we want to talk next week. We want you to come back next week because that show is going to be dedicated to the Terrence Crawford and Ndongo fight card, which is loaded with some really talent and some talent that we're familiar with in Colorado. So we'll look forward to talking about it on our next show. As you can see, Aurelio is very passionate about this Conor McGregor and Floyd fight. You're going to buy it, right? I know he is. So
I'm going to watch it.
No, you're going to buy it.
I'm not, if
You're
I have
gonna buy
to,
it.
I will. I will if I have to. Okay.
If I have to, I'll call you for round. I would not contribute a penny to this, and I think that's what's going on with these casinos, as you said. They've all find out most of their high rollers are like, we don't care about that.
I will buy it if
We'll catch the next one.
if I don't get credentials. I will apply for credentials.
You ain't getting no credentials.
Okay, so then I'll buy it. Okay, but if I get credentials, then actually I'm hoping you're right, because if I get credentials, I got to fly, I got to get a hotel. You know what hotel rooms are cost right now.
All I'm saying is, if you remember that old adage, if you're not part of the problem, you're part of the solution. Keep that in mind when you buy this fight any kind of way. So ending on that note, we'll see you next week, and I hope you enjoyed this weekend's conversation. Any questions, any ideas you have, editor at InsideBoxing.com. We'll entertain all questions. If they're really good questions, we'll answer them on air. Having said that, see you next week.